Hi, this is Jaden Han, and this is Wildlock 7th grade, lesson 10. So the first set of problems involves solving the proportions. So basically, proportions give you two pairs of fractions, and they're set equal to each other. So that means they will be equivalent, but you don't know one of the denominators or numerators of the fraction. So using the fraction that you're given, you have to solve for the variable. So there's two ways you could solve it. So first off, you could see the numerator and denominators of the fractions. So it's 8 over 86 and then 4 over something. Well, we know that, in order to solve that, we could do the first method, which is cross multiplying. So you'd multiply the numerator and denominator of the numerator of one fraction with the denominator of the other, and then the denominator of the fraction with the numerator of the other. So let's try that out. So 8 times c is 8c, and then 4 times 86. 4 times 86 will be, let's solve it. 6 times 4 is 24. And then 8 times 4 is 32 plus 2 is 34. So 8c equals 344. So now we can just find c by dividing it both sides by 8, and that will get us 43. All right. Another method we could use is let's see this example. Number 2, 9 over 40 equals 18 over d. So we're trying to find out what d is. Well, what we can do is multiply both sides by 2. And then or multiply the 9 over 40 by 2, because we know that 2 times 9 is 18, and these fractions are supposed to be equivalent to each other. And then if you multiply both sides by 2, you get 18 over 80 equals 18 over d, and that gives us d equals 80. So this only works if like the variable is on the fraction with the larger numerator denominator. So for example, it would work for number 6 because the variable is with the larger denominator. All right, let's move on to the next set of problems. So this set involves just doing it with decimals, but we would still use the same methods. So let's try it out. Let's cross multiply here. So 25.8c equals, and let's just multiply this out, 38 point. So 1 times 5 is 5. 8 times 5 is 40. And then 3 times 5 is 15 plus 4 is 19. All right. And then 0 times 0 is 0. And that just repeats. And then add 2 zeros. Okay, so 1 times 9 is 9. 9 times 8 is 72. And then 3 times 9 is 27 plus 7 is 34. So if we add those all together, we should be getting 3,448.05. All right, and then we divide both sides by 25.8, and that will get us 133.65, since we're supposed to round to 2 decimal digits. So when you just have proportions, the rule of thumb is that you should just cross multiply. and it will get you the answer. All right, let's try word problems now. 28 kilograms of potatoes cost 168. How much would 42 kilograms cost? Well, this kind of involves proportions. So we would set two fractions equal to each other. So we could do 28 divided by 168. And that basically shows you how many kilograms of potatoes you get per dollar. So then we would set it equal to each other. So what course the rate of kilograms to dollar would be the same. So we would set it equal to 42 over x. Since we're trying to find the cost of it. So we know the number of potatoes. So let's just cross multiply. So 28x equals if 168 times 42. 2 times 8 is 16. And then 6 times 2 is 13, or 12 plus 1 is 13. And then 2 times 1 is 2 plus 1 is 3. And then 8 times 4 is 32. 6 times 4 is 24. Plus 3 is 27. And then 4 times 1 is 4 plus 2 is 6. So then if you add that all up, you should get 7,116. Or yeah, so well, I think I might have made a miscalculation. Oh yeah, sorry, that's not an 8, that is a 2. Okay, so then your final answer should be 7,056. All right, and then we divide both sides by 28. And you should be left with x equals 252, which means the 42 kg of potatoes will cost $252. All right, let's try number 7. A boat can travel 150.9 miles on 50.3 gallons of gasoline. How far can it travel on 27.9 gallons? So let's set them equal to each other. So for every 150.9 miles, it takes 50.3. So then if we had 27.9 gallons, it would travel X miles. So then let's cross multiply. So 50.3x equals, and then 150.9 times 27.9 will give us 410.11. So now if we divide both sides by 50.3, you should get x equals 83.7. And that basically means for 27.9 miles, it can travel 83.7 miles. All right, that's all for today. Thank you for listening.